Think you'll never need a gun? These 1.67 million people disagree. The Crime Prevention Research Center, the CPRC, is a nonprofit research and education organization founded in 2013 by Dr. John Lott Jr., a well-known economist and author of More Guns, Less Crime. The CPRC mission is to conduct research on laws regulating the ownership or the use of firearms and to analyze the impact of gun ownership on crime rates. Here is one small example of their work. Americans use firearms to stop crimes about 1.67 million times each year, according to a 2021 analysis of CDC data done by the Crime Prevention Research Center. I've got to say, I don't think any of us are that surprised to hear that there are so many, Americans using firearms to stop crimes. It's just unfortunate that we don't hear more about it in the media. What do you guys think?
Absolutely agree. And I think that number is likely underreported and realistically significantly higher.
Definitely. I'm sure there's plenty of cases where people don't even call it in.
And not only that, but I want to make sure that people understand what it means that 1.67 million people, stop some kind of crime or violent attack or something like that. Doesn't necessarily mean they're pulling the trigger. In fact, in the vast majority of cases, they are not pulling a trigger. Just having a firearm, just saying, "Hey, I have a gun," or being able to pull a gun and will diffuse a situation, will stop an attacker, will make a robber flee. So it's not like there's 1.67 million shootings per year. It's just that people use their gun as a shield rather than a sword, and I think that's an important point to make.
Definitely. I also think this is using the CDC data, and we don't necessarily think of the CDC as coming out with very gun positive pro Second Amendment data, right? So this is using their own data to come up with that number. So I thought that was an interesting piece as well, but there we have it.
It is. And Dr. Lott, I'll tell you one more thing before we move on. Dr. Lott, for those who don't know, he wasn't a gun guy who decided to start doing statistics. He was an economist, and he was a professor, and someone approached him and said, "Hey, could you do some crime statistics?" Because, an economist doesn't just deal with money. They deal with a lot of different kinds of statistics and trends and that sort of thing. So he used his training as an economist to start evaluating crime statistics and crime data. And he came out with results that were very pro Second Amendment. But that doesn't mean he's necessarily a pro Second Amendment guy. It means that the facts are the facts. So the other side, the anti-gun side, like to attack him and say he's the shill for the NRA, even though he receives no funding from the NRA. And he's not a gun guy. No one came to him and said, "Hey, we need some pro Second Amendment statistics. Go out and see what you can do." He simply started crunching numbers, and the facts came out exactly how we know them, which is the most effective self-defense tool in America is a firearm. Get one, train with it, carry it, get a permit, carry it everywhere you go. That's the reality of life.
Dr. Lott was a keynote speaker at the A Girl and a Gun National Conference in May, and one of the things he was talking about in his speech was kind of the concept that as he was doing this research, he was like, "Oh, this is surprising," and then he did another study, and he's like, "Wait, I'm finding the same thing," So it's kind of this experience for him where even he was surprised by what he was finding because it was so countercultural.
Hey, thanks for watching Gun Owners Radio. I hope you loved that clip. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on social media, and check out our website at gunownersradio.com.